Hello, friends, and welcome into the Dallas Cowboys Report. I am your host, Tom Downey, here to break down some rumors around America's team. And we're going to focus in on the safety position. Jeff Heath, he was cut by the Las Vegas Raiders on Wednesday. Could he return? Certainly a possibility on that one. For the time being, I'm going to give the Jeff Heath being brought back to the Cowboys story just the 1 star on that one. Nick Eatman among the Cowboys.com writers are kind of like, it's probably not going to happen. And I get it on one hand. On the other, I would have interest, though, in the end. He's a longtime Cowboys player. The rationale behind Eatman, though, or from Eatman, I should say, does make sense. Stephen Jones, Catboy, wants to go young and cheap. Jeff Heath this past year for Las Vegas actually did Jeff Heath things. He got beat plenty, also picked off 3 passes, many of them very timely. Jeff Heath is still the same Jeff Heath you guys are accustomed to seeing out there wearing the stars or the star on his helmet. Last time we saw him for the Cowboys, the interceptions did decline. Heath was always I'm going to say divisive player. He was never supposed to be the team's best safety, which at times it felt like he was. He was in many ways indicative of the problems with this Dallas Cowboys organization. Oh, we'll just throw Jeff Heath out there. Ideally, he's your number 3 or your number 4 safety who plays a ton on special teams, not somebody out there getting starting reps, which is what he was in Dallas and wasn't quite the same starting caliber player in Vegas. Now, in terms of this current Cowboys organization, I think you can make an argument that Jeff Heath is better than some of the dudes on this list. You got Donovan Wilson, DeMonte Casey, who are set to start, I believe. Casey's coming off the injury there. Maybe he's not ready to go week 1 in training camp. And then you're down to the likes of Darian Thompson. They drafted Israel McQuamu. He and Jerron Kearse are both super long, athletic safety, corner, hybrid type of guys who don't really have a great fit. Maybe you could see Jordan Lewis get some run at safety next year. I think Reggie Robinson might get some safety run as well. The guy that I want to point out, though, is Darian Thompson. Because if I'm bringing in Jeff Heath, I'm cutting Darian Thompson in a heartbeat. And this is not necessarily supposed to be a Darian Thompson hating on show, but he's not as good as Jeff Heath. Frankly, he's just not that good, period. Jeff Heath is older. I don't think he'd be that much more expensive. You would save over $1 million by cutting Darian Thompson. You bring in Jeff Heath, you let Thompson go, and you keep Heath as your safety 3 or 4. Again, I don't want to start Jeff Heath, but he's more athletic than Thompson is, offers more special teams value as well, and if you want a good locker room guy, good special teamer, that is Jeff Heath for the Cowboys. So, again, I don't think it'll happen, but I actually would be okay with it, provided, of course, he's not actually starting for this organization. But that gets back to the whole safety issues I've had with the Dallas Cowboys for years now, and I'm still personally offended that Stephen Jones had the gall to crack jokes about missing out on a safety again in the NFL draft. So what do you guys want to do here? Get your votes in for me in the comments section. If you were Stephen Jones, Will McClay, Jerry Jones, part of the Brain Trust, would you bring back Jeff Heath? Get your votes in for me. Type Y for yes or type in N for no. You guys are watching the Dallas Cowboys Report. Let's discuss the role of Micah Parsons, the Cowboys' first-round pick out of Penn State. Because there's some, I'm going to go with confusing and maybe even contradictory information out there right now in terms of what exactly Micah Parsons' role is going to be. Some very smart people out there in NFL media are like, hey, what if you let Micah Parsons kind of play the Bruce Irvin role, who was a strong side linebacker, but he blitzed a lot. That role exists on this Cowboys team, is what Mike McCarthy has termed the DPR, the designated pass rusher. Mike McCarthy mentioned that potential role in his press conferences on Micah Parsons there. But Parsons has also said, yeah, they're going to blitz me from the middle. They're going to put me at middle linebacker and weak side linebacker to get things started. So there's some confusion. Let's try and break it down. For starters, here's what Mike McCarthy said. He can play the SAM, that is the strong side linebacker, the middle linebacker, and the weak side linebacker position, whether he is covered up in the bubble, playing to the open guard, or playing the DPR specialist. He gives us the multiple looks to get in and out of different personnel. He is a good matchup player, too, with his speed and ability to cover. He is a great piece. However, Parsons had this to say. Also mentioned that he's going to start at the Mike Will stuff on his talks with Dan Quinn. Parsons said, quote, he was talking about all the things he liked on my tape. He was going to send me on a lot of blitzes and have me man a lot of the backs and tight ends. I'm going to match up well with a bunch of good backs in our division. So here's my takeaway from all these comments. When the Cowboys made the pick of Micah Parsons, they didn't know exactly what they were going to do, but thought he could do a bunch of different things. So what is your confidence level here in Micah Parsons? Rate this for me on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being you're very concerned, a 10 being you are hyped. You think he's going to be the best linebacker this team has ever had. Now, when you look at this Dallas Cowboys depth chart at linebacker, for the time being, I'm going to put Micah Parsons at the strong side linebacker spot. If you're trying to get Parsons and Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch and even some Keanu Neal, Jabril Cox reps, I think when you're going 3 linebacker sets, putting Parsons at the strong side linebacker spot does make sense. And remember, this was a pass rusher in high school. He was an edge guy. He did move off ball for Penn State, so I think you're going to see a little bit of all of these things with Parsons. And I think if you can use him at points, not as a full-time guy, but at points as an edge rusher, as that Sam linebacker type of role in the Bruce Irvin style, that makes me feel better about the pick. If you line him up at just middle linebacker or weak side linebacker and say, cool, you're going to be in coverage a lot, that's a red flag to me. You know why? Because Micah Parsons is not advanced in coverage yet. That is going to take some time. So I'm not freaking out too much about what the role is going to be, mostly because I'm not sure if the Cowboys themselves truly know exactly what roles Parsons will fill week 1 and then all the way down into week 17 and hopefully beyond. Now, if you guys are hyped about the Micah Parsons pick, go buy his jersey. Officially is going to wear the number 11. Cedric Wilson moving to number 1, by the way. Head over to chatsports.com/Parsons. That link right there, bottom of your screen, will take you right to the official NFL jersey where you can get Parsons today. It's chatsports.com/Parsons. He will wear number 11. Go buy the jersey right now. Back to some rumors here. Is Dak Prescott's rehab going well? Yes, it does not seem like he's going to end up getting cut in June. Anyway, things appear to be on the right path for Dak Prescott. He said himself, hey, you know what? I could play a football game right now if I really needed to, which, thankfully for the Cowboys, is not where we're at. We don't have to worry about Dak Prescott being pressed into duty for months at this point. Here's what Dak had to say. I can go play in a game right now, and in my head, be very, very successful. So there's no doubt that when I need to be successful, when I need to do the things that it takes to be on the field, I will do exactly that, and the timing will be right. I believe the Cowboys are going to take things very cautiously with Dak Prescott as it relates to getting him fully ramped up out there on the field. We do have some of the key offseason dates coming up for Dallas, right? Rookie mini camps are set to start, or OTAs are set to start May 24th, 25th. They will run through June 10th with mandatory mini camp occurring June 8th to 10th. Late July, exact date not yet known, is going to start a training camp. And then as a reminder, in case you guys forgot, the Hall of Fame game this year is still going to be Cowboys versus Steelers. That's coming up in August, so keep that one in mind. Everything appears to be good for Dak Prescott, and I have no doubt he's going to be just fine for week 1 because there's plenty of time before that date even begins to approach. Now, we got a lot of new subscribers here on the Dallas Cowboys Report. Thank you all for subscribing. I do want to make one note here. I want you guys to make sure that your notifications are set to all. When you first subscribe, YouTube will default to personalized. When you hit that bell, you got to hit it again to change it from personalized to all. If it's not all, you will not get a notification for every single video that we put out, which means you're going to miss stuff. So if you want to be part of the Noti gang here at the Cowboys Report, let's get that changed. Turn those notifications to all. Let's talk defense now. Wrap it up on that side of the football. A 3-4 defense for the Cowboys. Oh, my God. Everybody calm down. I'm no stars here. Just straight calm down. Everybody needs to relax. Dan Quinn said his defense is going to look more like a 3-4 defense in the base. And the old media guys were like, but 4-3, oh, my God. Everyone calm. Everyone take a chill pill. For starters, you're still going to be in nickel the majority of the time. Now, if we want to have the scheme over players conversation, that's fine. But the reality is the designation between 3-4 and 4-3 doesn't mean anywhere near as much as it did back when, say, Bill Parcells was your head coach. Here's what Dan Quinn said that got everyone freaked out about his defensive scheme. I would say it's kind of a mixture because so much of the defense nowadays is played out of a nickel front, which is going to be 4 base players there in terms of D linemen. As far as in the base packages go, it will look more like a 3-4 look, and that would have been consistent whether it was the team last year or my times with Atlanta as well. But more often than not, with most teams, the nickel packages as they play close to 60 or 70% of the time. I have tried to make this point many a time before, and we'll keep doing it. For starters, you're going to be in nickel the majority of the time anyway, so it's not even that important. But it matters a lot less about 4-3 versus 3-4 and a lot more with what you're doing with the alignment and the spacing and the roles of your defensive players. So let's look at what Dan Quinn has done in the past. The Falcons previously. This is a very obvious 3-4 look, right? You've got 2 outside linebackers, 3 defensive linemen. That's a 3-4 scheme, right? Like this is what the Cowboys are going to run? Oh my God. Wait a minute though. Let's look at this one over in Seattle. A 4-3 under scheme where you've got 1 linebacker standing up, but also 4 defensive linemen. The only real difference here is not about what they're doing, but just the alignment of the guy in red, the Leo. The Leo here for the Seattle has his hand in the dirt. The Leo for the Falcons is standing upright. That is the only change. What matters in the end is not about whether they're standing up or sitting down. It's what they're asking those defensive linemen to do. Your nose guard is two-gapping. One of your defensive end, probably Brett Urban, a role he's good at, is going to two-gap. Your 3 technique won't be asked to. So in reality, the only difference between that 4-3 and that 3-4 had nothing to do with the spacing or the roles or the responsibilities. One guy was just standing up. That was it. That was the only change those defenses made. One of them was standing up. One of them was not. That's it. So as long as you have DeMarcus Lawrence's hand in the dirt, something he is much better at doing, I will feel fine. So everybody relax. It's not the end of the world. The Cowboys should be okay. Just please don't do what Mike Nolan did and try and force a circle into a square. Let's make sure the players are being maximized, which you can still do in Dallas, regardless of what the front actually looks like.